So this is Varsity VOD on Sudavasa from 10/5/2023. Alright, so alright, this is perfect. Alright, so the comp that we're running for against them is actually pretty solid, right? We just have to worry about the BAP and the Sojourn. Those are essentially the biggest threat. The Lucio's okay, but he can be left for last. JQ has to be completely ignored, right? So like right here, I understand why you want to punch this, Blue Crocs, but you have this tendency to punch and miss. And then instead of like completely punching back out, you do like a soft repull or a soft kite, and you shouldn't do that. You should immediately be getting out of there. Like you're trying to get your recharge again, they're all looking at you. So you better land this punch, right? Like you're taking all this damage. Let's see if you land this punch. Oh boy. Alright, let's watch this again. Remember, we have a Lucio Kiriko, right? So you can't be taking unnecessary damage. Alright, so you get your power up. You get your power up. You get your power up. You're still low. You're still low. You should be running away. You should not be trying to engage. You have to understand the team comp that we're running. We're not running a BAP here. If we have to run a BAP for Doomfist, it's kind of iffy because it's still slower healings. And if we run an Ana against this, right, they're just going to rush on our poor Ana. So, get that. And then it gets a kill on the BAP because that's the target priority, right? It is not the JQ, it is the BAP or the Sojourn. And then he gets one, Ecor loses to the Genji, Kuzer dies to the Genji. Yo, Nene, you gotta stop doing this. They were hunting you down the whole game. If you know a team's gonna mark you like that, why are you constantly trying to run away? Just die. Just die early on point. They're doing it for a reason. They're like toying with you. You're letting them do it. Again, why are we punching? If you can't land the punches, just get out. Please, 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 please. There's no reason to land punches. You're just giving them ult charge. I think we get the JQ. We missed the punch. We don't get the JQ. Yeah, that can't happen. If you can't land the punches, use the punches to peel for your team. You don't have to punch them. You can just disrupt them when they come for your team. Like that Genji or the Lucio. Nene kills their Genji. Like, that's a good punch. Just using it to get the JQ away. That's a good punch. You don't have to go for these weird long-range punches thinking you're going to land them if you can't land them. Like right here on the BAP. That would be a good punch right there if you ever land one. Alright, so we're still... Alright, so we get the BAP. Lucio should be next. JQ's last. I think Nene killed the JQ, though. I hope Nene killed the JQ. Oh, Nene does not kill the JQ. And we don't take the point. The JQ's right there. The JQ's right there. Okay, good. So as you can see, as long as we disrupt their backline, their tank is so valiant. I don't think their tank was that good, to be honest with you. Their best players was their support lines. Their support lines were just crazy good at staying alive. Pickles is 0 deaths right now, but Kuzer's at 1. They're at 3 on 1. Once we're able to get their backline, their whole team collapses. Alright. So this is where I mean when we have to be aggressive. Like, Pickles, this is kind of on you too. Like, just send your team in. Send them in like maniacs. Look at this. Just send them in. We can either rush this with speed boost. That would be the play here. Rush with speed boost. Stack that stuff, man. Stack it and then just go in. Ignore the Genji. Genji is nobody's priority. It is the BAP or their Kiriko or their Lucio. It's really the Kiriko and then the Sojourn should be the ones you guys are going after every time against this comp. Ignore the Genji. The Genji is booty cheeks. Every time you guys peel back, you just allow him to get poke damage on my supports, and my supports can't stay alive to save their life, so you guys have to go trade for the backlines. Good blade. I meant good try, good try, good try. Oh, that is so unlucky. You got caught out. I want to see what happened there, though. That was just... If you stayed in this room, I think you're fine, actually. Because you're inside of Pickle's or AoE, but... And you would have gotten your cooldown back. I don't know how we don't take this point after we use 3 ults. I really don't. Our supports died to the Genji. The other one dies to the JQ. It's just bad plays. Nene dies early. I don't know how Nene died early. I know he got bladed, but if our team goes in there all at once, I think we're able to create more damage. Alright, so in situations like this, this is why ult tracking is important. We know they don't have ults. We know we don't have ults. So what is our end goal here, right? Are we gonna farm ults on Flashpoint? It's really hard to farm ults if you've used all of your ults already in a team fight, if not capture the point. So the only other objective that I like to go against is, believe it or not, is I want you guys to just full send it in, because you have nothing to lose. If you full send it into this team, right, you either get a pick or you don't get a pick. But what you're not gonna do is just sit there and poke it out and let them get ults, get the point, and then have their ults for the next point engagement. I'd rather you guys just send it all in. You get kills or you don't get kills, and guess what? They don't get a lot of ult charge. You get a little ult charge, but at least you go on to the next point knowing that you did the best you could for this point. But if we just poke this out, it makes a lot of problems because it becomes a snowball effect going forward. So again, who are we going after, right? Again, ignore the JQ, but you guys should kill her here? You should have killed her there. She did not die there. Alright, we use B. We gotta go in there on the back line. Their back line. Their back line. Their back line. Their Kiriko's 1. Their Kiriko's been 1. Good job, Ecor. Nice cleanse schools run. Alright, so we essentially gave them ult charge, but we flipped it, which is fine. Flipping at 99 on Flash mode is very, it's a risky situation, and as a team, we're gonna have to figure out. Whenever you guys are in the game and you read the flow game, sometimes it's easier to give up the point, even though at 99 and not use ults, than it is to use ults and then still lose the 5v5 ult exchange. Good staggers. I'm so glad that after 6 weeks, I think it's been, I'm not even sure, or maybe less than that, we finally stagger teams. Every now and then. Not all the time. Good blade. Nene's dry blades are like the best ever. Why? We kill him, right? We kill him, right? Nice. So they'll get one last touch. Honestly, we could have rushed this right here. Just ulted this right here and it would have been perfect. I think we're too, like... And this is what you guys have to understand. It is a dive rush comp. Stop. The best way to... You know, anyone who's ever played football or anything like that might understand is like when you're tackling someone, there are people who literally catch people when they're tackling, especially like the high school level, right? They don't know what they're doing, so they catch someone. That's how you get run over, right? You're trying to catch someone who's coming at you at 20 miles per hour. Yeah, good luck with that. All right, it's the same thing with diving. You don't wait for them to run you over. The idea is you're gonna run them over because you have sightlines, positioning, and staging. That's the whole point of this comp. If we have all of these things and then we're waiting for them to hit us or to shoot at us or engage on us, then why are we running this comp? We might as well be running brawl, right? Or poke, because we just want to sit in the same spot the whole time. We can ult them early to prevent them from even touching the point. I don't understand how they... Yep, here comes the touch. Here comes the ult. Like, we could have ulted this way earlier, and that Lucio doesn't touch point. Why are we giving them even a chance? Again, supports. Nice move. Alright, user died. Pickles is fighting for his life. Pickles finally diffed their Lucio. I'm kind of shocked, but happy at the same time. Alright, we flip it back and we win it. If we had just ulted over here and just prevented them, they would have kited. We would have used one ult. And I'm not even kidding. We would have used one ult. We would have kept beat, and we would have kept blade, and we would have kept... Oh, we didn't blade. No, I don't remember. We would have kept beat for sure. And we probably kept Sojourn ult because they would have not pushed through a rush. They would have just kited and said, you know what, let's just reset for the next one. Same mindset you guys have to have. Oh, these next 2 points are just ugly. We get a nice stagger here. Remember, Crocs, you need to go in there and bait out cooldowns. Don't just let them heal. Like, just go. Yup. Alright. See? Watch Nene. Nene, because he's in there now, is able to kill the beat. Your job is not to get kills, right, Crocs? Your job's to live. So you just come back. Help the team out. Yep. Where's their supports? You can stagger this person. Alright, see? This one I mean. We only stagger sometimes. I don't know why. Stagger that critical for like 20 seconds. Alright, so we know that they have a bunch of ults. We've used pretty much all of them. We have to save cleanse for the rampage. So this is what I mean. Are we kiting this or are we engaging on this? Because Nene and Crocs are in deep. So Pickles, if you see this, clearly they didn't get the message. You have to immediately beat to keep them alive. And I think you do, but I think one of them dies before your beat goes off. I think Nene might get, yeah. So that has to be a faster recognition from you, Pickles. And this is what I mean. Like, you have to be aggressive. You have to be able to understand what your team's doing. You can't expect them to listen to you, as crazy as this sounds. So if you see a situation where, like, I'd rather beat and get this to 99 than they flip it at 63. Because think about it, the logic there. You're at 63, you can drop beat. The rest of the team engages in. Let's say you guys get it to 99. Maybe then you guys can get a 99 to 99 flip again. But I don't think we do that. They immediately flip it. Watch, no one from the team touches. Okay, we get one touch. Flip it, right? So this is what I mean. They flipped it at 71-1. The rest of you guys backed away. But now we've committed Crocs in there, so that's a stagger immediately. You're not going to be able to get him out. So that's going to be probably another stagger unless you get out and Croc dies. Yep. So, Pickle, this is what I mean. I want you to be aggressive with your beats. Like, I understand when I say them for blades and stuff like that. But you getting the point to 99, even if we get bladed after the fact right there, we still get one more touch out of it. And we'll be able to build outs for one last 99 fight. See, like they were gonna, like, this is fine. Like I would have been okay with this earlier, right? Had this been a 99 to 99, because we would have had any earlier contests. We would have staggered with blue Crocs, and we would have been able to take at least one last fight with all of our ults. Because you ulted late, right, and we didn't get it to 99. It's like we still got bladed on. So what's the difference between you ulting earlier or trying to save it for blade? Essentially the same thing. We still got bladed. I'd rather us be aggressive than you know, be reactive to this. This is just sloppy. I think we were able to get the picks. I don't like the target priority. Oh my, what the? Come on, this thing's just. There it is. Alright, we should be immediately capping if we can. We should be immediately rotating to point. Rotating to point. Crocs, help your team rotate to point. Remember, you're just there to keep them away. So you're not able to get the Lucio rotate to point. Oh, that is truly unlucky, Kuzer. You kind of lose track of like where you're trying to go though when you're moving as Kiriko, and it kind of shows. Are you, if you're gonna move there, you should have just moved here instead of going to a point. Nico falls off the map even though we use ults. This is just a bad map for us. Like right there, Pickles, we try to be aggressive. Unfortunately, we had already lost Kuzer, and then Ecor falls off, which is an L. They're gonna have Blade for the next one. Crocs falls off the map. They use ults, so you can just kite everything. Doesn't matter. It's not much to learn there. Crocs, you should always be aware of when you're knifed. I know you don't say that you don't notice, but like I notice on my screen when I'm knifed. And I play tank all the time, so I don't know what you mean when you don't notice. Maybe a support, but like on our screens as tanks, it literally shows like a zap on our screen. So, especially if you're gonna be really good Doomfist players. When I play against really good Doomfist players, they know when they're knifed 90% of the time, because they know that if they don't know when they're knifed, I immediately kill them when I pull them in with a knife, because I'm gonna pull them in into a sleep or something. That's why I always knife Dooms before they get out, because if I can knife them back in after they try to jump out, my team can usually kill them, which is why Dooms know when they're knifed, and they know that they have to wait for that knife effect to go through before they can just try to jump out. It's no different than if you were trying to knife a Winston. Good play by Ecor. Like, this Genji surely dies. Like, this Genji surely dies, right? We lose Kuzer to their Kiriko. This is fine. Nice. Alright, so on this map, we should always be staging high grounds. I mean, Crocs, if you want, you can stage here and then stage here, so then you can get an easier punch in. But the rest of the team should always be staging high grounds. The second they push, that's when you can come in, Crocs, and then punch them in or out, whatever you'd like. Essentially disturb their push. I don't understand what you're doing here. Our Kiriko's not back, and you're frontlining. And I kept saying, like, you don't have healers. You don't have healers. Your healers are a Lucio and a Kiriko. Why are you frontlining thinking that you're going to have better healing than this? Like, I am surprised you didn't immediately die. I think we actually have to force beat here to keep everybody up. So this is when we should be going in, all as a team. Oh, shit. Right there. We get a punch in. Nene dies, unfortunately. B comes out a second too late. Like, ignore the JQ. The JQ can't get high ground control. You guys should be going after everybody else but the JQ. It's a good bump by Crocs. Pickles just stalls here, and this is fine. Alright, so at least this time we got it to 99.99. Kind of what I wanted to do on that third point, Pickles, right? Like, we use all these resources to at least get it to 99.99. Because we can bait our resources for the next two fights and get our 99. Our ults back online and then flip at 99. I think Flashpoint's very much a mind game than anything else. That's a huge kill there at the end. They bladed us too, so we essentially got two ults out of it. And like I said, right? Look at this. We got two ults out of it. Now it's 50 to 99. We'll get one last fight. They might have one more ult or two ults online. Hopefully we get ours back online before they do, and then we should be fine to re-engage. Then the only thing that was unlucky on the last one is we used beat a little too late, Pickles, and which meant that Nene died immediately, which was unfortunate. But yeah, this is gonna be the fight of your lives, right? Like I said, whatever the better team is at killing things, that's how you win these 99.99 flips on Flashpoint. Huge kills by Nene. We trade Kuzer though. We trade for their Kiriko. So essentially this Lucio dies and we're good to go. Good kill by Pickles. Pickles diffed him again. And that's how we end this map. They actually got a touch out of this, which means you guys should have been very careful. I didn't even know. I think we got a touch. Yeah, there it is. These would have been lurking the whole time. But good stuff. So I think overall on Flashpoint, this is still our best comps, one of our best maps, and it's because we play mobility heroes, right? We're able to put Nene and Pickles in here, which help us sustain. But Crocs, I'm telling you this right now, you've got to stop face tanking enemy teams. Like the way you were playing on this point, where you boop two of them off, you would boop someone off here. That is your job as Doom. Your job is to create space for your Genji, right? Who sometimes gets kills, sometimes he doesn't. To literally just dash through people. Right, so that is your job. If you get a kill or two, great. But the most time, keep the JQ away from your team. You know, split up their soldier. Whatever you have to do to help your team maintain space and disrupt their grouping. Right, that's what you want to do here as Doom. Kuzer, I'm not gonna lie, you died a lot. I think it says what 13 deaths here. That is not good. I think you're trying to save too many people at once, which means you don't save yourself. But if you saved yourself, you would also be able to save them in return. Like, if Blue Crocs is going to die because he's doing buffoonery, you got to let him die. You can't save everybody. Pickles is, you know, he's got 5 deaths. Like, you and Pickles should be as a unit here, like, healing each other from off angles, you know. You should be climbing walls more often too, like dropping and climbing walls, because you'll get better AoE that way from Pickles, and you won't be taking as much damage. That's something you got to work on Kiriko. Nene, good job. Ecor, I like the Sojourn. I think the Tracer swap at the end was nice to just help finish it off. But you can say that we kind of ran a mirror, and I think the Sojourn worked for a lot of this if we're able to get some picks. Right, but we can adjust some of this if needed. I don't think their team was giving us so much trouble as it was us not working as a unit and not ulting properly, not trying to ult at 99, not trying to stall for every percentage counts. Like flash points and control points, it's like a math game, you know. 80-20, that means you got to win 3 fights. 80-80, that means there's 1 fight team left, right? So you guys have to keep that in mind when you play in these maps. But that ends the VOD review for this one, and I'll see you all in the next one.